So Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita that I reciprocate to my devotees in accordance with how they are worshipping me, how they are loving me. Okay? And always Krishna reciprocates much more than what the devotees are doing to him. But here, looking at what Sudama has done, what Sudama brought for him, Krishna was feeling sad that he could not give anything more than what Krishna has. Obviously, he cannot do that, right? Can he do that?
No.
He cannot do. Because by the, let's say the total net worth of Krishna is uh, I mean, come up with a big number.
100 trillions.
100 trillions. Okay, let's say 100 trillion. That is a very less. Because Nvidia and all, they are already up to 4 trillion. So 100 trillion is less. Let's say 1 billion trillion. Okay, or 1 trillion trillion.
Or 1 gazillion.
1 gazillion gazillion. 1 gazillion gazillion. So if Krishna gives 1 gazillion gazillion to Sudama, if Krishna decides to give 1 gazillion gazillion to Sudama, by the time he thinks to give this 1 gazillion gazillion to Sudama, his net worth is already increasing. His net worth is already increasing. So he can never be able to give more than what he has. So thinking that way, Krishna was feeling, I could not reciprocate to Sudama the way he approached me with his love. Sudama did not have anything, but he brought something more than what he had, right? He gave Krishna more than what he had, which Krishna could not do it. So this is what Krishna was thinking. And there Sudama was thinking, my Krishna is like Parjanya. Parjanyavattat swayamikshamano. Ikshanam means looking. In other words, internal meaning is mercy, looking with mercy, showering mercy. Parjanyavattat swayamikshamano. Krishna was looking at me like a cloud, showering mercy like a cloud, who pours unlimited amount of rain. And all I could give to my friend is chipped rice. So Sudama was feeling sad that way. Here Krishna is feeling sad, there Sudama is feeling sad. And so after some emotions, Sudama, he offers a beautiful prayer. Okay, so let me recite that prayer. I wish the TV worked. Let me try one more time. Okay, it's working, huh? Good. So we have to speak something about Krishna, then only it will work. Yeah. You all saw, right? We tried like 10-15 times. It didn't work. So the TV also likes Sudama's story. Krishna's Sudama story. Very nice. This is the proof that Krishna is our friend. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, chapter 81, 80 and 81. These two chapters talk about Sudama Leela. Okay? The Lord blesses Sudama Brahmana. So if you want to see the name of the previous chapter, so chapter 80 is Sudama Brahmana visits Lord Krishna in Dwaraka. And 81 is Lord blesses Sudama Brahmana. So here, Yeah, this is a beautiful shloka here. So this one, and then there is another one. I'll show you this first. Nanvabruvano tishate samaksham yachishnave bhuryapi bhuri bojah parjanyavattat swayamikshamano dasarkahanam vrishabha sakame. So Sudama is saying, after all, my friend Krishna, the most exalted of the Dasarhas and the enjoyer of unlimited wealth, notice that I secretly intended to beg from him. Thus, even though he said nothing about it, when I stood before him, he actually bestowed upon me the most abundant riches. In this way, he acted just like a merciful rain cloud. Parjanya. Parjanya means a cloud. Parjanyavat means like a cloud. They say dandavat, right? Have you heard this word dandavat? When you offer dandavat pranam. Danda means stick. Dandavat means like a stick. So when you are offering pranams to some gurus, you have to fall like a stick. Suddenly you have to fall like a stick completely and then offer pranams. So parjanyavat, like a cloud. So Sudama, after thinking like this, then he offers this prayer. तस्यैव मे सौहृदसौख्यमैत्री दास्यं पुनर्जन्मनि जन्मनि स्यात् महानुभावेन गुणालयेन विसज्जतस्तत् पुरुषप्रसङ्गः. So here Sudama is saying, the Lord is the supremely compassionate reservoir of all transcendental qualities. Life after life, may I serve him with love, friendship, and this is not sympathy actually. So this is not the correct word here. I'll tell you. And may I cultivate such firm attachment for him by the precious association of his devotees. What happened? Oh, I think the dictation is on. Okay. So here, Sudama is offering a prayer. May I serve Krishna as a friend, life after life. Janmani janmas. Punarjanmani janmani syat. Dasyam punarjanmani janmani syat. And he is using three words here. Maitri, Sakya, and Sauhruda. Okay? In one sense, they all mean the same. They all mean the friendship. Okay? Maitri. In Hindi also same, right? Telugu, Sanskrit, everything is same. Maitri, friendship. Sakya is a friend. Sauhruda is a well-wisher. In general, they all mean the same. But in Sanskrit, they have different meaning. Maitri means just a friend. Okay? Let's say you made friendship with a new person. Okay? Let's say you sent a friend request on Facebook to somebody. Okay? The other person accepted. Then you can call, there is a Maitri. Between the two people, there is a Maitri. They both accepted friendship, but there is no bonding, right? There's not much bonding. They don't know each other much more. Some initial conversations happened, but not a close friendship. Then Sakya. Sakya is close friendship.
Close to heart.
No, not close to heart. Sakya is close friendship. They do things together. The Sanskrit word Sakya means Sa means Saha. Okay? Ka, Kadati. In Hindi, Kana bolte hai na? Kana matlab to eat. So, Sanskrit also, Kadati. Kadati means to eat. Saha Kadati iti Sakha. That means one who eats together is Saka. One who eats together, one who does everything together is Saka. So that's a close friendship. And then one more level higher, that is Sauhruda. That means the heart to heart connection. Okay, the heart to connection. Friendship with love and affection. Okay. So Sudama is offering a prayer to Krishna that may I serve Krishna lifetime after lifetime, Janmani Syat, with Maitri, Sakya and Sauhruda. Okay. So this is a beautiful prayer. And Krishna himself tells in Bhagavad Gita chapter 5, Suhrudam sarva bhutanam nyatva mam shantim richati. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhrudam sarva bhutanam nyatva mam shantim richati. So this is the shloka. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhrudam sarva bhutana nyatva mam shantim richasi. See, same word here. Sudama also used the same word, Sauhruda, Suhruda. Same thing. A person in full consciousness of me. This is Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from pangs of material miseries. So here Krishna is giving the peace formula. This shloka, chapter 5, 29. This shloka is called as peace formula shloka. Okay. Krishna is telling that Suhrudam Sarva Bhutanam. I am the best friend and well-wisher of everyone. The best friend and well-wisher. Suhrudam Sarva Bhutanam. So when Krishna himself is declaring that he is the best friend and well-wisher of all, we'll feel secure, right? We'll feel secure. Generally, the reason for insecurity is not because somebody doesn't have wealth, not because somebody doesn't have other material possessions, but most of the times the root cause of this feeling of insecurity is there is no belongingness, there is no connection, there is no relation. Even the relatives, they are not talking properly, they are not in good relation, the family members are not in good relation. That's the root cause of feeling of insecurity. But here when Krishna is saying that he is the best friend and well-wisher, we should have no reason to feel insecure. Okay, we'll be peaceful, we feel secure. So on this day of Friendship Day, let's develop this feeling of friendship towards Krishna. Instead of just treating him like a god and saying God-fearing, I'm a God-fearing person, let's become God-loving person and let's start loving Krishna like our friend. Let's consider him as our friend and let's start serving Krishna as our friend. Okay? Yep. With that said, let's go to our second chapter. It's already 7. We will not recite the shlokas. Okay.
When you are saying this, I'm feeling very sleepy.
You're feeling sleepy?
I'm feeling very sleepy. I don't know why my eyes are like literally falling off.
Okay. Generally, when we start shloka recitation in the beginning, then I think that's the wake-up call for everybody. That's the wake-up call for everybody.
In our custom, actually, say it's a good thing if you are hearing about Krishna or something, and if you actually you feel that you're actually involved deep in it.
You're involved deep in it.
So you're connected through the heart. Your heart is listening. That's what we
Yeah, I'll take it that way. I'll take it in that way. Yeah. So maybe when we close the door, when they don't see us, they'll not come. Um, so last week, what did we discuss?
properties of soul.
Yeah.
Chit, Anand.
Yeah. So we discussed 2-3 sessions. We discussed different attributes of soul. I think we ended it 29th shloka, right? Yeah, Ascharya. The Ascharya shloka, right? We spent a significant amount of time on this. Some people, when they hear about soul, even after hearing about soul, they only express astonishment, but they don't act on it. Some people, when they read about the soul, they still express astonishment, but they don't act on it. And we discussed 4 types of intelligence: first level, second level, third level, fourth level. We want to become first level intelligent people. We want to read from scriptures and understand the lesson.
Hear and understand.
Hear or read, yeah, anything. Okay, so let's go to the next shloka.
We will not read the purports.
Yeah, we can read now because
From 16 onwards, you're not reading.
yeah, because those 14-15 shlokas, they're all about soul, different properties of soul. Same thing is repeated over and over again. When you read purport, pretty much same thing is repeated over and over again. That's why I summarized with some PowerPoint slides. It becomes easier. Yeah, yeah. From today onwards, we'll read purports. Okay, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga, shloka number 30. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Dehi Nityam Avadyoyam Dehe Sarvasya Bharata Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani Natvam Shochitumarhasi Dehi, the owner of the material body, Nityam, eternally, Avadhya, cannot be killed, Ayam, this soul, Dehe, in this body, Sarvasya, of everyone, Bharata, O descendant of Bharata, Tasmat, therefore, Sarvani, all, Bhutani, living entities, Na, never, Tvam, you, Shochitum, to lament, Arhasi, deserve. Okay, translation and purport. So Sharon, you want to read translation and purport?
O descendant of Bharata, he who dwells in the body can never be slain. Therefore, you need not grieve for any living being. Purport. The Lord now concludes the chapter of instruction on the immutable spirit soul. In describing the immortal soul in various ways, Lord Krishna establishes that the soul is immortal and the body is temporary. Therefore, Arjuna as Kshatriya should not abandon his duty out of fear that his grandfather and teacher Bhishma and Drona will die in the battle. On the authority of Sri Krishna, one has to believe that there is a soul. Authority of Sri Krishna, one has to believe that there is a soul different from the material body. Not that there is no such thing as a soul, or that living symptoms develop at a certain stage of material maturity resulting from interaction of chemicals. Though the soul is immortal, violence is not encouraged. But at the time of war, it is not discouraged when there is a actual need for it. That need must be justified in terms of the sanction of the Lord and capriciously.
Yeah. Okay. So by giving different attributes of the soul and convincing Arjuna that that soul can never be killed, you're not actually killing anybody. You're only destroying the temporary body, which anyway is going to deteriorate and come to an end. If not now, sooner or later, it will come to an end. If not you, somebody else will kill. Okay? And later in chapter 11, Krishna says, by my prior arrangement, by my prior plan or something, all these Kauravas have already been killed. And Krishna shows that in the Virat Rupa, like how all the Kauravas entering into Krishna's mouth like fireflies entering into fire and getting died. Okay? And then he gives a choice to Arjuna saying that I have already killed these people. If you want to become an instrument, get up, pick up your bow Gandiva and then kill these people. Enjoy the kingdom. That way you will get the credit that you have killed them. But if you don't want to do it, that's okay. I have already killed them anyway. So the job is already done. So if you want to write your name on that, the exam paper is all written. If you want to write your name, you write it. Otherwise, that's okay. Somebody else will write their name, or I will write my name only. So like that, Krishna is encouraging, saying that Dehi Nityam Avadhyoyam Dehe Sarvasya Bharata Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani Natvam Shochitum Arhasi. He who dwells in the body. What is that dwells in the body? Soul. The soul can never be killed. Therefore, you need not grieve for any living being. Dehi Nityam Avadhyoyam Dehe Sarvasya Bharata. That soul is all pervading, Sarvasya. But sometimes people can say that, okay, so we are not anyway, killing anybody. Soul can never be killed. It's only the temporary body that we are killing. So I can kill as many people as I want. I just bought a new knife. I want to test it. I want to do some load testing. So they cannot do that. They cannot say that soul is immortal and soul can never be killed. Krishna only said in Bhagavad Gita, Nainam chindanti shastrani, Nainam dahati pavakaha, Nachainam kledayantyapo, Na shoshayati marutaha. Nainam chindanti shastrani. Shastra means like a sword weapon. Chindanti means to cut into pieces. Krishna himself said, Nainam chindanti shastrani. Soul can never be killed into pieces, can never be cut into pieces. So I'm not actually doing anything. I'm just testing this new knife.
There's also answers that somebody, I think, in the beginning of the classes, somebody asked that this people they put in that some Pakistan, like the LOC part, that they keep coming and attacking India, so they are also justified. Somebody was asking, right? So now we have an answer today, I think.
So like army people killing somebody?
Terrorists. They're killing the innocent people.
Jealousy.
being
Terrorists.
Bhagavad Gita from
Yeah, we should have this every week. Yeah, some terrorists coming and killing innocent people, right?
Somebody was saying, even we are not doing anything, we're just trying to do what is their scripture saying, but now we have an answer.
Yeah. So this shloka in the scriptures is not a license to kill anybody. So violence is not encouraged, but violence is needed when required. Violence should be implemented when required. That's what Krishna is telling to Arjuna in this context. Arjuna was trying to avoid violence, but Krishna says you need to implement violence when needed.
So this justifies surgical strike.
Huh?
This justifies our surgical strike.
Surgical strike. Yeah. Surgical strike. Maybe this is where the name came from. Surgical strike. Okay, that's about this shloka. Now Krishna talks about another topic here. So did I ever tell you about a nice book called Gita in Acronyms? Did we discuss that during first chapter? Huh?
You sent the link also. Yeah,
You shared the
I shared the PDF, right? Did we read the acronym for first chapter? Huh?
Yes.
Okay. For second chapter, we didn't read, right? Okay. What's the acronym for first chapter?
Probably can you please share that again?
Huh?
Probably I was not there at that time. Can you please share?
I think you were there in the group, but I think you are not coming to these classes.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll share again. The acronym for first chapter, right? I think doubt. Yeah. D for Duryodhana. O for omniscient result. Omniscient result for Pandavas. That means there are many different signs, because in the beginning of the chapter 1, Duryodhana speaks. Duryodhana is observing armies on both sides, right? That's why D for Duryodhana. Then in the next section, Sanjaya describes to Dhritarashtra different signs indicating victory for Pandavas, like how Krishna and Arjuna, they were blowing their conch shells, and how the Kapidvaja, there is a flag bearing Hanuman, that also indicates victory for Pandavas. So all these things, and also the Maharatha, so chariot given by sun god. So all these things are indicating victory for Pandavas. Omniscient results. DOU. U for uncertainty. Finally, you find it. Uncertainty. Uncertainty for what? Can you read that? U for uncertainty there.
At certain point, however, we begin to doubt whether the perfect life is achievable or will actually make us happy. We begin to question the materialistic goals, aspirations, and milestone of success that become deeply ingrained within us. Could there be some deeper purpose to life? While this initial doubt can often bring great uncertainty and confusion, it can also bring us to the start of our spiritual journey. It is this very doubt that Arjuna expresses at the onset of this sacred conversation.
Yeah. So now understood. So Arjuna was expressing his doubt. Okay, that if I win the kingdom, let's say I kill all the Kauravas and win the kingdom, how can I enjoy? Without them, how can I enjoy? And let's say they no, yeah. So Arjuna was telling that. So in the first case, even if I win the kingdom, but if I lose everybody, I'm a loser anyway. On the other side, if they kill me unarmed, okay, I drop all my arms and then I drop my bow Gandiva and let them come and attack me unarmed, and even if I die, in that case also I'm a loser. So in both situations, it's a lose-lose situation. So there's a lot of uncertainty. Even if I win, I'm not winning. If I'm losing, anyway I'm losing. But even if I'm winning, I'm not winning. So there's no certainty. So I don't want to fight. Yeah. DOUB. Bewilderment. Yeah. Then he expresses different signs of bewilderment, right? When he sees all his relatives, like how his throat was drying up, his body limbs were quivering.
All the hair was standing.
Yeah, hair was standing on, and
Bow was falling
Bow Gandiva was falling. He was sweating. His skin was burning. Tvachaiva me paridahyate. Vepatuscha sharire me Gandivam shramsate hasta. Tvachaiva paridahyate. So all those shlokas, 3-4 shlokas where Arjuna describes his bodily symptoms of bewilderment. B. And then T.
Turning point.
Turning point. Yeah. Turning point is when Arjuna surrenders to Krishna. Arjuna surrenders to Krishna. Okay, so let's look at the acronym for chapter 2 so that it becomes easier for us to understand. Can you share it in the group again so that let me see if I have here. Yeah, got it. Okay, I found it. But you can share it in the group again so that everybody will have. Okay, so the acronym for second chapter is Gita.
Can't send because not an admin.
Hmm?
It's not letting me send. Share. You have to admin rights.
No, I think I changed the group settings.
Says only admins can send.
Only admins can send. Okay, so I'll.
Still, I'm able to look at
The files. I think
files. It is there.
Okay.
Document section. It is there. First
Okay,
one.
but anyway, I'll share it and then I think I'll change the permissions so that everybody can post messages. So second chapter is considered as summary of entire Bhagavad Gita. That's why this acronym is made very appropriately as Gita, G-I-T-A, Gita. So we can read about this thing also. Okay, Sakshi, you want to read this description here?
Second chapter, entitled Content of the Gita Summarized, is a succinct overview of the entire philosophy. Arjuna approaches Krishna in a mood of humility and desperation, promoting Krishna to present the most fundamental aspect of spiritual wisdom. Krishna then explains the practical application of such wisdom and concludes by delineating the symptoms of one who has fully realized such truths. In this way, Krishna summarized the spiritual journey from beginning to end. In one sense, however, there is no end to the spiritual journey because this is a point at which the real life begins.
Yeah. So read that acronym also.
Gita, G for Guru, I for identity, and T for two duties, A for atmarama.
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 Atmarama. Yeah. So okay. G for Guru. So Ankita, can you read G for Guru?
G Guru, verse 1, 10. Determine not
1 to 10.
1 to 10.
That whole section. 10 shlokas.
Determined not to fight, but simultaneously torn and confused, Arjuna approaches Krishna. I am in dire need of guidance. He humbly submits. Please enlighten me so I can mitigate my miserable condition. Though through Arjuna's example, we learn the first fundamental step in spirituality. One must approach a guru who comes in an authentic lineage of teachers and who has mastered the spiritual art. Most things in life require guidance and instruction under a qualified teacher, and the spiritual discipline is no different. One may argue that everything they require for their spirituality is contained within, and while this may be true, we still require help to reawaken that pure inner consciousness. As the saying goes, one who accepts himself as a guru accepts a fool for discipline.
That's a nice quotation. Eh? One who accepts himself as a guru accepts a fool for a disciple. so, so many times people think they don't need any guru. They don't need any living guru. They can just take some book. They can read by themselves and they can learn everything by themselves. So So Sadguru is like that, by the way. So he says, I don't read any scriptures. I don't need any scriptures. So he's a perfect example for one who accepts himself as a guru, accepts a fool for a disciple. And there are 1 billion fools who are following this guru. So, uh, so we saw in 2.7, chapter 2, shloka number 7, where Arjuna said, Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava pruchami tvam dharma sammuda cheta yashreyasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Wow, you memorized it with your child, along with your child? Okay, good. Yeah. So children learnt all these shlokas in Balagokulam class. They learnt all these shlokas, the most important shlokas. 2.7 is one of those.
It's very nice to find out this.
Yeah, this is the turning point, in Gita, because until that point, Arjuna was treating Krishna as a friend only, and he was telling everything that he knows from Shastras. That for this reason we should not kill our enemies, or for this reason we should not kill. If the enemies are our relatives, we should not kill them. And this is what happens if we kill them.
Killing it with the sin,
Yeah,
killing the sin.
yeah, and
You will not gain anything. You will not be fight.
yeah, there will not be anybody to do the Shraddha ceremony for the ancestors. All those things he gives. So he talks like a pandit. He talks as if he knows everything.
And then he done with.
And then finally in 2.7 he surrenders. Yeah, he was thinking that he was able to solve the problem by himself. But finally, after great effort, he figured out that he was not able to solve his problem. Then he finally surrenders to Krishna, saying that Shishyasteham Shadimam Tvam Prapannam. I am a soul surrendered. Please instruct me what is good for me to do. Okay, that is G. G for Guru. And then I for identity. Okay, so identity means the knowledge of the soul, basically. What is our real, true identity?
We are eternal.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe you can read that. Next
Verses
paragraph.
11 to 30. Krishna begins by teaching Arjuna the most fundamental understanding of spiritual life. As the driver operates a car or a bird lives in a cage, we, the spirit soul, are similarly utilizing this body. Although living within the body, we are simultaneously different from it, temporarily operating it to perform activities, fulfill our desires, and interact with the world around us. Until we realize our true identity as a spirit soul, we undergo the process of reincarnation, accepting unnatural material bodies and the subsequent sufferings and distress in life in this material world. This is the first teaching that the Guru imparts, knowledge of who we really are. While it may seem elementary and basic, such wisdom has seldom been understood and truly realized. This answer to the eternal question of who am I can set the soul free. It is an answer that is worth hearing again and again.
Yeah. So, the moment we accept a guru in our life, the first knowledge that he gives is knowledge of the soul. So, this is the fundamental knowledge. There are 3 levels of knowledge. The first level of knowledge is knowledge about soul, Atma Jnana. Second level of knowledge is knowledge about God. Third level of knowledge is relationship between Jivatma and Paramatma and how to reach Paramatma. So these are the 3 different levels of knowledge. So as soon as we accept Guru, like how Arjuna did in 2.7, the first level of knowledge Krishna gave to Arjuna is Atma Jnana. In shlokas 11 to 30, he described various attributes of the soul. Okay. Next, T for 2 duties from shlokas 31 to 53. Yeah, Srinivas, you want to read?
The two duties, verses from 31st to 53. One may then ask, how such knowledge practically affects our day-to-day life in the real world. Krishna addresses this by delineating the two essential duties of the spirit soul. Dharma loosely translates as duty, but in deeper sense refers to intrinsic characteristics and qualities of something that cannot be avoided or neglected or negated under any circumstance. Firstly, the soul has a Sva-dharma, a worldly duty which consists of responsibilities towards family, friends, and society. Secondly, the soul has a Sanatana-dharma, an eternal spiritual duty which comprises of one's relationship with God, nature, and all other spirit souls. One must execute such dharma side by side. Many individuals neglect their Sanatana dharma, becoming too preoccupied with their Swadharma. On the other extreme, individuals can prematurely reject their Swadharma and falsely try to absorb themselves in the Sanatana Dharma. The most progressive path is to be fully alert to both duties and in doing so lead a happy and balanced material and spiritual life.
Yeah. So in this section from shlokas 31 to 53, Krishna talks about duty, dharma. Now because Krishna explained about the soul in the previous section, section 2, now to realize that true nature of oneself. Right now we are identifying ourselves with the body, material body. But in order to realize the true nature of the soul, in order to have that self-realization, one need to act. One need to do some activity. But when we start doing some action, karma or karma yoga, okay, Krishna talks about karma yoga in detail in chapter 3, 4 and 5. But in chapter 2, he gives a summary. In this section, he gives a summary of the karma yoga. The popular shloka, karmanyevadikaraste, is in this section, 2.47. Karmanyevadikaraste. So we all have two duties, Sva-dharma and Sanatana-dharma. They can also be known as Paradharma and Aparadharma. Paradharma is the highest dharma. Aparadharma is the dharma that we perform in the material world, the duty that we perform in the material world. In Sanskrit, when you add this dhatu a, that means negation. Apara. Para means highest. Apara means not highest. So anything that we do in the material world is apara dharma. Like all the software engineers, teachers, business people, they're all, whatever they are performing in their duties is apara dharma. And since we are living in the material world, we have to perform those duties. So we cannot artificially renounce, right? After reading Bhagavad Gita, we cannot artificially quit everything and say that I will only do paradharma. I'll only do that Sanatana dharma. I'll not do software job, all these things, because I'm a soul. I'm not this body. So it will not work like that.
Those who are in sannyas ashram, they follow only Sanatana Dharma.
Yeah.
They don't have any Swadharma.
Yeah. Because they have achieved this self-realization. Okay, after following this bhakti yoga or any other yoga, so they achieved perfection in this bhakti yoga. They have realized the true nature of their self. They understand that material body is asat and spirit soul is sat. They understand the nature very clearly. That's why they don't want to be engaged in the material world and get entangled. So at that stage, they can take renunciation, sannyasa. Yeah. So when they take sannyasa, they don't have any obligation to perform worldly duties. They don't have any swadharma. Yeah. So at that time, their only duty is sanatan dharma, paradharma. So this
duty towards family, friends, and society is Swadharma. what if the duty for the body?
Yeah, that's also Sva-dharma. Yeah, maintaining the body, maintaining family. Yeah,
Sometimes we may have to quit, like Gautam Buddha, he quit the life very early, left his family for Sanatana Dharma.
yeah,
We cannot do that.
yeah. We cannot artificially renounce like that. So because we have family, we are in the material body. We have to maintain our body first of all. To maintain the body, we need some money. Yeah? To get some money, we need to work somewhere. Yeah? So even though that's not our actual duty, but we have to do that. Because if you don't maintain your body, how will you buy Bhagavad Gita? How will you read Bhagavad Gita? How will you chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? How will you come to the temple? How will you even practice Bhakti Yoga? It's not possible. So that's why you need to maintain good health. You need to maintain your body. So Prabhupada says when you have to prioritize between some bhakti sadhana and health, health comes first. Health comes first. Because without health, you cannot do anything. So we have to take care of your health. For that, let's say you have to go on a walk, you have to go to gym, or you have to do something. Uh, or let's say somebody is ill, they have some sickness, some disease. So focus on that first, and then bhakti comes next. So maintaining body is very important. Maintaining family. For that, we need to do some occupational duty. We need to earn some money, right? Um, and then, while we are doing that, while we are in the material world, while we are doing Sva-dharma, we, we need to start doing Sanatana Dharma also. We need to start doing that Paradharma also.
So can we achieve the spiritual uh, goal while balancing both? Means is it or means
Yes.
can we, because either there are two ways, either we are doing both and ultimately we come to the spiritual life because that becomes the a higher attainment
Yeah.
naturally. You don't have to push it, it comes naturally.
Yeah.
Or if there is other side where both are, we are balancing both, still we achieve that spiritual attainment.
Yeah. Yeah, we can. Because uh, as devotee progresses in Bhakti Yoga, they will become expert and they will know how to use everything as a service to Krishna. Like maintaining the body as a service to Krishna, maintaining family as a service to Krishna. Huh? So before achieving perfection in Bhakti Yoga, before advancing in Bhakti Yoga, what does it mean to us when we say maintaining body? That means if I maintain my body, if I keep in good health, I can enjoy more, right? But as we progress in spiritual path, maintaining body means, okay, if I maintain my body, if I take care of my health, then only I can do some sadhana in Bhakti Yoga, and I can do some service to the Lord. And family members, before practicing spirituality, maintaining family is for enjoyment, right? But when we connect the family with spirituality, we consider family as children of God, okay? The wife or husband or the children, everybody, ultimately they are children of God. So I'm taking care of them. I'm taking care of children of God. I'm a child of God and the family members are also children of God. So now in order for them to get an opportunity to serve the Lord, I need to provide, I need to maintain them. For that, I need to earn some money. So when you have this consciousness, even when you are working at Microsoft or Amazon, any company or any business that you are doing, any occupational duty that you are in, you can connect that uh, and perform that duty as a service to Krishna. So at that point, it will no longer become a duty for your own enjoyment. So your goal is different there. So same activity you are doing, but the goal is different. The way it works is different. So, for example, let's say somebody has digestive problem. Because of drinking milk, they have digestive problem. Either they are allergic to milk or something, or maybe over drinking of milk. Due to over drinking of milk, they develop digestive problem.
Lactose intolerance.
Lactose resistance, or or whatever it can be. Now, what's the best medicine for digestive problem?
Fasting.
Fasting. Okay. But after a few days, after 3 or 4 days,
Olden days they used to do so many things, Prabhuji,
like home remedy. I'm asking about home remedy only.
like ginger, jeera, they say,
Okay.
jeera water. So best thing,
Huh?
prepare the food and offer to God and then take it.
Yeah, that's at a higher level. But what's the medicine? You still have to give some medicine. Medicine means not a English medicine or Ayurvedic medicine.
Ajwain or methi we give.
Ajwain or methi, ginger.
Yogurt.
Huh?
Hing. Yes.
What did you say?
Hing.
Hing. Okay. Something else. I'll keep on asking until I get the correct answer.
We don't give the milk, but other things, we give other things.
Hmm?
If they have lactose intolerance, we give other things, not lactose.
Digestive problems in the sense like,
Hare Krishna, Amma. Can you hear me? She would know it. She's an elderly lady, right? She would know it. Audible. Okay. So, Amma, the question I have is, if somebody has a digestive problem, stomach problem, what is the medicine you used to give in olden days
Honey.
to your children or anybody?
Honey.
Haldi?
Honey.
Honey. Okay. Okay. I don't know if she is hearing or not hearing. Probiotic, right?
Yogurt I said Prabhuji.
Oh, you said yogurt?
Yogurt, yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah, yogurt I said.
How come I did not hear that then?
She said yogurt.
She said? Oh yeah, then give her a big round of applause. Yes, yogurt. Okay, probiotic, right? And how is yogurt made? From milk. And what's the root cause of the problem? Milk. Okay?
But
Just
that
change the form.
the form has been changed in the curd.
Form has been changed, right? So when the form has been changed, same thing. Same thing, the form has been changed. It does not affect negatively. So here, same activity. Maintaining the family, maintaining the body, same activity, same milk. Yeah? Before changing the form, the purpose was different. It was giving a problem actually. Like the body gives a problem to us, the family gives problems to us. Yeah? But after it has been converted into a different form, after the body is connected to spirituality, after the family is connected to spirituality, like you all shared in the class upstairs, right? Tolerance, how you are all practicing tolerance. You all shared nice things, right? So slowly it will become like that. Slowly the same activity, same maintaining family, same software job that you are doing, you will be able to do it as a service to the Lord. Okay.
Recently, we were watching one video saying that your child is your karma.
Yeah.
So they were explaining like unless until you realize that the child who has come into your lives is a co-traveler like you as a soul.
Yeah.
You will not realize and you try to discipline them.
Yeah.
You do all such stuff, right? Unless you realize that they have come here to taught you lesson instead of you teaching them. So that was the summary of that video which we saw.
Yeah. So they are here to partake in our karma. It's a collective karma, group karma. They are here to partake in our karma and they are instrument in manifesting our own karma. Okay, so sometimes parents get a very good child, very obedient, very nice, humble child, right? So that's because of good karma from past life. And if you don't have it,
But I think one
Our parents were very good actually.
they had good karma.
They have to feel like, yeah, they have to feel like that.
Uh, and the Shastra says, if you have an enemy in the previous life, okay, somehow that enmity was not ended, okay, then that enemy is born as a child. That enemy, either enemy, or you owed some debt to somebody in the previous life, which you did not pay. Okay, so they come as a child so that you start paying their school fees, college fees,
We say for daughters, we say that.
their food,
Then you come to take money, like, because we have to give them money. for
give them.
that.
Yeah, but these days both.
As the son.
Hmm?
I heard it as a son. If you have enemies in the past life, they'll come to you as a son. That's what I heard.
That enemy thing is for the son. For the daughter, it's the money which is left to be given.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have owed to them, so now we have to give them.
But not every son is an enemy in the past.
It's not vice versa, definitely.
So some enemies, they'll come as bad children in this life.
My mother says, like, even the trees, when they get fruits, they bend, right? So they come to teach us how to be humble
Humble.
in life.
Yeah. So
That's what mother says.
yeah. Okay, so this is about this section from 31 to 53. And then finally, atmarama, A for atmarama, verses 54 to 72. So, yeah, you want to read?
What is the result for someone who performs such duties with determination and enthusiasm? Such a person becomes an atmarama, a spiritually realized soul who finds pleasure in the self. Krishna explains how the atmarama is unaffected by happiness or distress, gain or loss, honor or dishonor. Transcending the dualities of this world, such a spiritualist rids himself of qualities such as fear, attachment, and anger, and remains absorbed in spiritual delight and transcendental consciousness.
Yeah. So, in the last section, Krishna talks about Sthita Prajna person, a person who is balanced in life. Arjuna asks, how to identify a saintly person in the society? After hearing so much knowledge about different yogas, because second chapter is a summary of everything. Krishna talks about Sankhya Yoga, the analytical study of matter and spirit, Karma Yoga, little bit of Ashtanga Yoga. Krishna talks about everything. Bhakti Yoga, little bit of Bhakti Yoga, everything. After hearing everything, Arjuna had a doubt how to identify a saintly person in the society who has these qualities, who has this Sthita Prajna person, Sthita Prajna qualities. Then Krishna explains those qualities in this section 54 to 72. So the word Atmarama is very significant. Atmarama indicates that self-satisfied. Okay, when we are finding satisfaction from within, that is Atmarama state. God is always Atmarama, but we are not. So we are always looking outwardly. We are not looking inward. We are always looking outwardly. We are always trying to find happiness in material sense objects. But the moment we realize that happiness is within, then we will feel satisfied. We'll be peaceful, feel happy, satisfied. So there's a nice quotation in Telugu. First I'll say in Telugu and then I'll say it in English. సంతృప్తి సంతోషాన్ని ఇస్తుంది, ఆత్మతృప్తి ఆనందాన్ని ఇస్తుంది. ఓకే, ఇస్ ఇట్ క్లియర్ టు ఆల్ ద తెలుగు పీపుల్? Santrupti means satisfaction. Yeah. Satisfaction will give you happiness. Atmatrupti. Atmatrupti means when the soul is satisfied. When the soul is satisfied, then you will have ananda, bliss. Bliss. Okay? Now understood? Yeah. But Telugulo బాగుంది కదా? Yeah. Santrupti, Atmatrupti. Yeah. So when you are satisfied, then you will become happy. But when you satisfy your soul, then you will have bliss. So how to satisfy the soul?
By involving more yourself into the spiritualized world or something.
By feeding more
By
spiritual
getting rid of
knowledge. By feeding more spiritual knowledge. You feel satisfied when you feed some food, nice food. But when you feed nice spiritual knowledge to the soul, soul feels satisfied. Santrupti, Atmatrupti. So that section is 54 to 72. So this is called, acronym, understanding Gita, understanding one chapter of Gita through the acronym is called Vihanga-avalokanam. In Sanskrit, there is a word called Vihanga-avalokanam, like a bird eye view. Bird eye view. In Google, you will see the bird eye view, right? So just like how a bird sees in a particular area, Google will show that picture. Bird's eye view, right? So this is like a bird's eye view, looking at understanding the overall chapter in short. And it becomes easier to understand the flow and then different sections, all those things. Simply by reading this small paragraph, A for atmarama, you know what is being discussed in this section there. Yeah. And these acronyms are made so nicely, it becomes easier to remember actually. In first chapter, Arjuna expressed his doubt. What should I do? Should I fight or not? So doubt is the acronym. And second chapter is the summary of Gita. That's why this is Gita. Acronym is Gita. Yeah. So the person who wrote these acronyms, his name is S.B. Keshava Swami Maharaj. But before he became a sannyasi, he wrote this acronym book. That time his name was Sutapa Das. He's from Australia or London. I think London. So very, very excellently done. Every chapter is like that. The acronym itself is very easy to understand, very appropriate to the whole chapter, the topic of the chapter. And then each letter of the acronym is very appropriately designed to discuss that section. Perfect design. Okay, so 752. Okay, maybe we can discuss one shloka. We'll see. Big is the paragraph. Okay, not too big. 2.31. Sva-dharmamapi chaveksha na vikampitumārhasi. Dharmyadhi yuddhat shreyonyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. Swadharmam, one's own religious principles. Api, also. Cha, indeed. Aveksha, considering. Na, never. Vikampitum, to hesitate. Arhasi, you deserve. Dharmyat, for religious principles. He, indeed. Yuddhat, than fighting. Shreya, better engagement. Anyat, any other. Kshatriyasya, of the Kshatriya. Na, does not. Vidyate, exist. Translation and purport. So, Swati, you want to read?
Considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, You should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles, and so there is no need for hesitation. Purport: out of the 4 orders of social administration, the second order for the matter of good administration is called Kshatriya. Kshat means hurt. One who gives protection from harm is called Kshatriya. The Kshatriyas are trained for killing in the forest. A Kshatriya would go into the forest and challenge a tiger face to face and fight with the tiger with his sword. When the tiger was killed, it would be offered the royal order of cremation. This system has been followed even up to the present day by the Kshatriya kings of Jaipur state. The Kshatriyas are specially trained for challenging and killing because religious violence is sometimes a necessary factor. Therefore, Kshatriyas are never meant for accepting directly the order of sannyasa or renunciation. Non-violence in politics may be a diplomacy, but it is never a factor or principle. In the religious laws books, it is stated.
Yeah. Yeah, you can read this.
In the battlefield, a king or kshatriya, while fighting another king envious of him, is eligible for achieving the heavenly planets after death, as the Brahmanas also attain the heavenly planets by sacrificing animals in the sacrificial fire. Therefore, killing on the battlefield on religious principles and killing animals in the sacrificial fire are not allowed, all considered to be the acts of violence, because everyone is benefited by the religious principles involved. The animal sacrificed gets a human life immediately without undergoing the gradual evolutionary process from one form to another, and the Kshatriyas killed on the battlefield also attain the heavenly planets, as do the Brahmanas who attain them by offering sacrifice. There are 2 kinds of Sva-dharmas, specific duties. As long as one is not liberated, one has to perform the duties of his particular body in accordance with religious principles in order to achieve liberation. When one is liberated, one's Sva-dharma, specific duty, becomes spiritual and is not in the material bodily concept. In the bodily conception of life, there are specific duties for the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas respectively, and such duties are unavoidable. Sva-dharma is ordained by the Lord, and this will be clarified in the 4th chapter. On the bodily plane, Sva-dharma is called varnas-dharma, or man's stepping stone for spiritual understanding. Human civilization begins from the stage of varnas-dharma, or specific duties in terms of the specific modes of nature of the body obtained. Discharging one's specific duties in any field of action in accordance with the orders of higher authorities serves to elevate one to a higher status of life.
Yeah. So, considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles, and so there is no need for hesitation. So Krishna is talking about the importance of performing prescribed duties. There are 4 different varnas: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and each one of them have different prescribed duties. The duty for Kshatriya is to protect people. As Prabhupada explains in the purport, Kshat means hurt, Kshatriya. Kshatam trayate iti Kshatriya. Kshatam trayate iti Kshatriya. One who delivers a person from getting hurt is Kshatriya. One who protects other people is Kshatriya. So since Arjuna is a Kshatriya, he should not run away from his duty. Like that, different people, Prabhupada explains in the purport, Brahmins have some duties, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, they all have the different prescribed duties. Simply by performing prescribed duties, slowly they'll come to a platform where they can achieve perfection in spiritual life. performing these duties in the varnashrama dharma itself is not perfection in spiritual life, but from varnashrama dharma, slowly one will come to a platform where they can perform Sanatana dharma. So, varnashrama dharma is a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone just to begin the process to get purification. When you perform your prescribed duty, you get purified. How you will get purified? Krishna explains that little bit in this chapter, and then chapter 3, 4 and 5, Karma Yoga. When you perform your prescribed duty and not be attached to the results of your action. The Karmanye Vadikaraste principle, right? Karmanye Vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhur mate sangos akarmani. You have a right to perform your duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your action. Okay? And Krishna in the same verse, he tells, at the same time, don't be attached to not doing your duty. Don't be attached to not doing your duty. Mate sangost akarmani. Akarmani means no action. Sangha means attachment. Don't be attached to not doing your duty. You have to perform your duty, but be detached from the fruits of your action. So when one performs their prescribed duty in this fashion, in a Nishkama Karma Yoga fashion, slowly they'll achieve, they'll come to a platform where they can practice Sanatana Dharma. Yeah. Okay. Discharging one's specific duty in any field of action in accordance with the orders of higher authorities serves to elevate one to a higher status of life. So right now in the society, this varnashrama system is not being followed because people do not know. People don't have knowledge about this varnashrama system. So everybody is pretty much a Shudra in Kali Yuga. Janmana jayate Shudra, samskara bhavet dvijaha. By birth, everybody is Shudra. But samskaras will transform a person into a Brahmana. Samskarat bhavet dvijaha. Dvija means Brahmana. But people don't know about this. Janmana jayate Shudra. They are born as Shudra and they will remain as Shudra throughout the life. They'll work for somebody and then throughout the life they'll remain like that. So even a director, even a vice president, even a president of a company, president of the country, they're all Shudras. So president, he's serving the entire country, right? In fact, the president of America, he's serving the entire world. So he's the biggest Shudra. So we think he's the president, but the reality is he's the biggest Shudra. So we need to identify what is my varna, what is my classification. Krishna makes this classification of varnashrama system based on guna and karma, based on the qualities and based on the duties that one performs. Certain people are inclined to preaching. Certain people, they are inclined to teaching and preaching. Certain people are inclined to doing business, taking care of the cows, farming, agriculture, all these things. They are Vaishyas. Certain people are inclined to leadership positions in the society. They want to become leaders, political leaders, or administrators, leaders in the company itself. They are Kshatriyas. And some people, they don't want to take big responsibilities. They just want to work for somebody. They are okay to do whatever work is given, the task is given, task done, that's all, go home. So they are Shudras. So just like how within the same company, we need all classes of people. We need Brahmanas, that means intellectual people, architects, architects can be considered like Brahmanas. And we need Kshatriyas, like leaders. We need presidents, vice presidents, directors, managers. They are Kshatriyas. And we need Vaishyas, business people. We need some investors, right? Who can invest in the company. We need some Vaishyas. And there are some Shudras who just work, who just finish, who just work on the tickets, bugs. They are Shudras. Just like how within the company there are different kinds of people, in the society also there are different kinds of people, and we need to identify our varna, where my inclination is, what are my qualities, what am I inclined to do. Based on that, it is better to do those activities instead of everybody, doing computer science and coming to America and then doing an IT job. It's better to identify where my taste is, where my inclination is. Then there will be harmony in the society, there will be proper order in the society. If everybody is doing the same thing, there will not be other people to perform other jobs. Yeah.
In Varnas, no, there is no Dalit concept. Right?
There is?
No Dalit concept.
No.
So it was introduced somewhere in the middle by someone.
Yeah, those are all man-made things. Yeah, at a higher level, these are the only four: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Yeah. So even the so-called Brahmana, who is by birth Brahmana, if he is not following the Brahmanical qualities, he is a Shudra only. Because Janmana Jayate Shudra. By birth, everybody is Shudra. Even if somebody is born in a Brahmanical family, he is a Shudra only. He has to exhibit Brahmanical qualities, then he will be Brahmana. Yeah. Okay. So 8 o'clock. I think we'll stop here. Next week is Ananda Mela. So I'm pretty sure most of you are either going for volunteering or just attending. So we'll not have class next week. We'll meet a week after that. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Can you please share the acronyms?
Acronym I'll share in the group.